Joe Marino with us on the Wester Hotline. Your most recent episode, Joe, or the last one I listened to about the 5 players that you believe are underappreciated. The one guy I wanted to ask you about was Dawson Knox, because I do think there is a level of frustration with Knox, but it's from fans, but it's mostly I think it's just based in what his contract is. So for you, when you look at his role on the field, and if you want to add in the contract piece of it as well, why would you consider Knox to be an underappreciated player at this point?
Well, I mean, his resume is among the Bills' franchise tight ends is pretty freaking good. Third most receiving yards all time, second most receiving touchdowns all time. If he has 2 receiving touchdowns this year, he'll tie Pete Metzelaars for the most. Mm-hmm. It's the number 2 in playoff receiving touchdowns behind Andre Reed, 9 for Reed, 6 for Knox. But, look, no one's going to love that he's had 22 catches each of the last 2 years. No one's going to love that he gets paid $9.8 million a season, right? That's where things get fluky. And I'm not here to defend that he's paid appropriately or that, that's a fair number for him, because it's not. But if you can compartmentalize and appreciate the player that he is on the field, he's very useful. He played the second most snaps of any offensive skill player last year for an offense that has an argument to be the best in team history. So if you want to measure it by catches, okay, I'm not going to be able to win that argument. But if you want to measure it in terms of a player's role and what they mean for a run scheme and how they free up your other players to function more from the slot because of what they can do in line, that leads to a very good overall offense, not very good, an elite NFL offense, one that might be the best the Bills have ever put on the field. Like, that matters a ton. And then there's the whole leadership component. Like, I think he is Bills DNA through and through. I think he's everything that McDermott and Beane want in a player. And this is really important. Like, you need players that set the tone, that set the standard, that are player-driven in terms of leadership. If the best teams in sports are not coach-driven, they're player-driven. And Knox is a standard setter for the Buffalo Bills.